What's up, guys? It's Will here, back again, and we got some very exciting, unprecedented midday announcements from Hot Toys. And I think this is going to be really exciting because we have a lot of really cool Star Wars shit that just got announced. For those of you that are tired of Star Wars, if you're not Star Wars fans, I am so sorry, but we're going to talk about some more Star Wars today because we got some really exciting announcements, including a Darth Maul, which you're going to see right now. But guys, we got to talk about this, guys. Make sure to like the video down below if you enjoy this content. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. And of course, click the notification bell to stay tuned to all news related to Hot Toys, 6 scale, in-art, 3.0, whatever you want, statues even. We talk about all that. There's some really important stuff that you're not going to want to miss on this channel. And of course, we're going to go over a lot of that for the Star Wars stuff today. That said, let's waste no more time because I am super amped to get into this Darth Maul figure. That is my pride and joy right here. I have the original figure, and this one is way better, let me tell you. Guys, let me just tell you, guys, we have a Darth Maul here. We have a Sith Speeder Darth Maul from Phantom Menace, and we have a Darth Maul without Sith Speeder, just like last time. So you can choose, do you want the big-ass Sith Speeder to go with a cool diorama, or do you not? This time, the Sith Speeder has a light-up function. It did not have that before. I had the Darth Maul with Sith Speeder at one point, and this one, it didn't have that originally, right? So I think that this time, this is going to be a really cool thing that we have here because we're getting a light-up feature, and I think we're gonna go through the whole figure. Guys, the base is very similar to last time. It's like a sort of a triangular diamond shape, sand base that they have. So I think it's really cool. Guys, the paint apps on this one are far better than the original. We don't know the exact price yet as far as what's been posted in the States. This is part of the Dark Side line that they're doing, so there is going to be an exclusive version with the exclusive coin that you can only get probably through Sideshow or a Hong Kong reseller. However, this is going to be up for pre-order from Comic Concepts. If you don't care about the coin, which I'll have a link in the description below, with my code WillFox, $10 off, you'll save a lot of money in the long run if you don't care about the coin. Yeah, I guess we'll see how you feel about that. Tailoring looks exquisite, just like last time. Nothing looks to have changed all that much as far as that is concerned, but the paint apps look far superior. If we're looking about this, this is also a moving eye system, just like the original, right? So the teeth look fairly similar. The paint apps are obviously different, but the moving eyes, the original had that as well, but the paint apps are more red this time. Last time they were kind of like a darker red, almost maroon type color. This time they're more of a brighter, more vibrant shade of red, actually closer to the Sideshow version, which people tended to prefer as far as paint apps are concerned. Hot Toys is still probably the better figure, but you get overall a better, closer color in matching to the screen accuracy of Darth Maul with the Sideshow version, according to a lot of people. I've had the Hot Toys version myself, and I absolutely love it. But you can see here, let's look at a little bit more detail as far as the head sculpts are concerned. So you can see there that clearly there is a pretty substantial difference. Between this one, the new one and the original. Just to zoom out a little bit so you can see a little bit better. You can see here the facial expression to me just more so matches Ray Park. I think it looks more like Ray Park. I think the paint apps look more accurate to the screen and what you saw in the Phantom Menace. And I think this is a figure that a lot of people really need in their collection, because it's become a bit of a chase figure these days, because this is the best Darth Maul. Make no mistake about it. Fully objectivity, this is the best Darth Maul figure that's ever been released, in my opinion, by Hot Toys. It's the most iconic version of Darth Maul, in my opinion. Of course, it's subjective, right? But I think that overall, this is going to be one where this figure is Darth Maul to me in his prime as far as what we saw in the Star Wars universe. I mean, some might say Clone Wars, sure, whatever. I'm not a big Clone Wars guy, but I will say I love this Phantom Menace Darth Maul. It's what introduced us all to the character, and I think this figure represents that nostalgia, scratches that nostalgic itch for us. So, to me, this is an absolute must-have. I have the original, but if we're looking, this comes with all the same shit as before, but now you have a USB-powered lightsaber. That's a godsend. It's a game changer. Of course, it's not the best thing ever to have those, but they are a lot better than not having it lit up at all. And of course, you also have the better paint apps. You have the USB-powered Sith Speeder, which I think is also really cool. So to me, this is going to be a pickup. Whether I get the Sith Speeder, that's the thing we're all going to have to decide on, right? We don't know how we're going to handle that, but yeah, there's the regular Darth Maul version as well without the Sith Speeder. So you can pick up that one if that's what you prefer. If you don't have room for the Sith Speeder, you still get the big sort of diamond base. So that's something that still can be, had in your collection. But I will say it takes up a lot of space, so it's not exactly ideal. I'd prefer maybe a smaller base. You could always go with a custom, sure, but dude, the exclusive commemorative coin, we're all suckers for those exclusive parts. You know what I also love? The robe, so the robe that Darth Maul wears in the desert in the early stages of The Phantom Menace, that robe was a pain in the ass of the original figure. It just didn't fit Darth Maul very well. It never really went over the horns very naturally, and it was a pain in the ass. So now they've said this robe is newly tailored with enhanced fitting. So I do like that a lot. I do love that the robe can probably be used a bit better, but why would you want to cover up those horns and that head sculpt, bro? I mean, it's a cool ass figure. Maybe you had two and you could do that. But I mean, it's all the same stuff besides the Sith speeder. So it's just a matter of like, do you want to pay that extra $100 to $150 for the Sith speeder? That's going to depend on your preference and your space. For me, I'm gonna have to think about it. I want the Sith speeder, but I don't know where I would put it is the problem. But I did have the Sith speeder prior and I did really like it. So I guess we'll find out. But paint apps look good. The robe, that robe definitely fits better than it did last time. I can tell you that for a fact because I've had this figure multiple times. I still have the original version. I've always had that one. I never sold it, but I had the one with the Sith speeder because I had two of these, and I sold the Sith speeder one because I was like, I don't have room for the Sith speeder. Fine, right? But yeah, this is super cool. This is super cool. This is such an exciting announcement, guys. Let me know in the comments how you feel about this. I cannot wait to get this new version in my collection. I'm gonna keep the old one for now and I'll compare them when it drops and when we do a review and all that. We got to showcase this too. So there's some other stuff. We'll talk about Luke Skywalker in a sec. I want to get through some of the other sort of housekeeping pieces here. So this is the gold clone trooper. This is an event exclusive as well. From my recollection, I believe there's going to be 2,500 of these. I'll have to recheck that, but somewhere around that, it's going to be a limited number of pieces. And this is a gold chrome clone trooper. Again, this is akin to Cody for me with the chrome Cody that they made. I'm not so sure that this is going to be something that everyone is going to be going after, but I do think it's something that we can consider as sort of a rare exclusive piece if that's what you're looking for. To me, this is an easy pass. Does it pop on the shelf? Yeah, I actually do like the gold on this one. I do think compared to the silver sort of chrome, I do think the gold pops a little bit more, and I think this one will look a little bit cooler on your shelf. It's a little bit of a niche figure. I don't think this is going to be for everyone, but I do think if you're looking for a cool exclusive piece, and you're a clone trooper guy, you like collecting troopers, then by all means, I think this could be a nice piece for you. I'm assuming these are going to go up for sale on Sideshow during some sort of timed queue like they normally do with these type of figures. So you do want to be on the lookout for that one. I do think that's, again, a cool piece. To me, not nearly as exciting as Darth Maul, but I cannot deny that it does pop with that gold. I mean, that gold, she's shiny. She's shiny with that chrome. Just be careful not to scratch that thing, but you know, you do want to be careful with that. Let's talk about the Luke Skywalker here. So we got an Artisan Luke Skywalker announcement and a regular Luke Skywalker announcement. So you could go with either one. You could go with a sculpted hair look or a rooted hair look from the Artisan version. So this is something that we speculated previously on live stream saying like, oh, maybe they're not going to announce this. Maybe this is going to the graveyard. Maybe this is going to be a Sideshow, a Howard Chan graveyard special, right? Apparently it's not. So this is a Legends Luke Skywalker, Dark Empire Luke Skywalker, where he has very much a Darth Vader look to him. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not as overly familiar with the Empire Legends version of Luke Skywalker. So I'm not exactly sure which likeness they're going after here, because I can tell you for a fact, if I'm just looking at this as a Mark Hamill likeness, it's not very good. But I don't think that's what they're going for. I think they're going off something based on like a comic or something along those lines. Again, I'm a bit ignorant in that sense because I'm not as familiar with the Luke Skywalker from those iterations, from those comics and those appearances. So I'm not exactly sure what this is supposed to portray, but I will say I'm more of a movie and video game guy, and these are not in that realm, unfortunately, that as far as I'm aware of. But I can say, just objectively looking at the figure, I do think it has a cool look to it. I virtually have no interest in it whatsoever because this is kind of like, to me, a Luke Skywalker that's been kit bashed with some Darth Vader parts. I do think it could look cool on a shelf. I mean, I don't deny that this is going to be popular for the right audience, the diehard Star Wars fans that really, really want a Luke Skywalker that's just unique and special. I think this fulfills that need, scratches that itch. But I don't think this is going to be the hottest Artisan figure or the hottest exclusive figure. I don't think this is going to fulfill that void. So at the end of the day, I'm going to bring up the Artisan one as well. But I don't think that this is going to be one that's going to like fly off the shelf like Anakin Skywalker. I'm not so sure that that's going to be the case. But nonetheless, we will look at the Artisan version. You can see here, it has the rooted hair, it has Luke Skywalker likeness, all the same stuff, but it has rooted hair with it. I'm not as crazy about this rooted hair. This one doesn't look as good to me. This probably looks like the worst Artisan hair that I've seen so far, but that isn't to say it's bad. I think it's good, but I don't think it's on the level of what we saw from the proto of Anakin Skywalker, not at the Sideshow Con or whatever it was, but at the, when they put the prototype photos up. And of course, Jack Sparrow, and of course, Wanda, from Scarlet Witch, Avengers Endgame. So I do think those are superior figures as far as the hair is concerned. But I do want to see how this one is going to translate to the final product. And again, this one's not as, general in its appeal as Anakin Skywalker or Wanda from Avengers Endgame, or, Jack Sparrow, right? Or Joker. Those artisan figures are a little more recognizable and marketable. Whereas Luke Skywalker, yeah, it's Luke Skywalker, but this is not the Luke Skywalker that most people know, right? So that is a little bit different of an approach from an artisan standpoint. This is usually with artisan, you go after like the biggest, the best. And Luke Skywalker certainly is that as a character, but this iteration of Luke Skywalker is not necessarily that to most people. But again, if you're a diehard Star Wars fan and you know about this Dark Empire Luke Skywalker, this is going to be a must-have for you, right? To me, easy pass. This is going to be the first artisan that I don't really care about. I will not be picking this one up probably, just because I have no connection to it. And, to me, it doesn't pop enough where I'd want to spend $400 to $500 on it to obtain it. I can live stream it if you guys want. I can jump in the queue with you, but this is not going to be one I think that I'm going to bring home to my collection personally. That said, guys, I appreciate you for watching this part of the video. I think we do have one more figure that we need to discuss here. It's the Shadow Trooper. That's what it is. The Shadow Trooper. Yeah. So the Shadow Trooper, I do think is pretty cool as well. And I'll jump back to that Luke before we end here. I don't want to rush through that too much. We'll go back to the Luke Skywalker. So I won't deprive you guys of that one. But I want to get the Shadow Trooper out of the way real quick, because if people do care about this, then I think we should discuss it. Again, it's another trooper. To me, I've never been the biggest trooper guy, but I do like that it has a Death Star environment with red lights. I do think that really pops. I think that's a nice touch, and I think it adds a nice little diorama display to your collection. To your collection room. So I do think that's pretty cool. To me, this is a Stormtrooper painted black, which is basically what I think it's supposed to be, but it doesn't really wow me to the point where I would go after it. But I do, any trooper with a pauldron, I do like that. I do have a thing for pauldrons. So I will say that I think that looks pretty cool. And I do like the black aesthetic. However, this to me pales in comparison to the Death Trooper, which is the black painted trooper that I personally prefer. That's my favorite trooper in Star Wars. And I don't even have that one anymore because I want one with a pauldron and I want to wait for 2.0. So I do think this is pretty cocool. This is going to be one I think that's widely available as far as I'm aware. If it's an event exclusive, then I can update the video or whatever, update a comment or something. But, I'm posting this video relatively quickly because the announcements were made in the middle of the day. Luckily, I'm working from home today, thank God. But yeah, Shadow Trooper with Death Star environment. I think it looks pretty cool. It's certainly going to take up a little bit of space for you, that height. But you got to decide whether a trooper like this is going to be worth your while. And to me, it's certainly not. But I understand people who are trooper collectors feel very differently about that. So if that's your thing, by all means, do your thing. Who am I to say? Who am I to say that this thing is not for you? Because it's just not for me. That said, let's jump back to the Luke Skywalker real quick, because I at least want to go through what it actually comes with. Because this artisan version, again, you get the rooted hair, you get the same outfit and tailoring and all that good stuff. And then, of course, you get, do they even have an accessory photo? I guess, it should be the same shit, right? It should be the same shit as the other Luke Skywalker. So if they're not going to show us, then we're just going to go through and find it the other way. So this Luke Skywalker, yeah, it looks pretty cool. Again, it's a Darth Vader type outfit with the other stuff going on with sort of like, I guess it's Darth Vader type, but also like, Return of the Jedi Luke Skywalker outfit. It looks like it's like almost like, again, like a kit bash, right? That's kind of what it looks like, which I do think is pretty cool. It's a nice little custom artistic Liberty design, but I don't think at the end of the day, it's going to be something that's going to appeal to everyone. But I do think for the right Star Wars fan, it could be pretty impressive and fun. They don't have a photo with everything listed. So it just is what it is, guys. I'm assuming this comes with a base and his lightsaber and all that stuff. I'll pull up another tab real quick just to see what we can find. But to me, I do think it's going to be something that, I think is going to be pretty cool. So, the special edition, by the way, is limited to selected markets, they said. Commemorative coin is included. There's a pre-order the figure exhibition in Hong Kong. So there is going to be some available for other people. Yeah, guys, that's Luke for you. I think it's pretty cool. I want to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Let me know what you think about it. I don't know the prices on these yet. Again, they're going to be posted pretty soon. I'm sure they're probably listed at Secret Base at some point. Sometimes when they're announced this late in the day, again, it's very rare. It's unprecedented, really. Maybe they'll do it from time to time. But, you know, they might not be listed for pre-order until the next day, but I guess we'll find out. Guys, I'm gonna get this video uploaded for you super fast, so thank you so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below on these figures. Definitely want to hear what you have to say about it. I mean, to me, star of the show is clearly Darth Maul. But again, make sure to like this video down below. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell for updates related to this channel. If I have any news on the Artisan Luke Skywalker going live today or sometime soon, I will make you aware. So make sure to have the notification bell on for this channel and follow me on will.foxification on Instagram. So will.foxification. That's where all the news updates are posted. Sorry if I'm talking very quickly. I apologize. I am working, so I'm trying to multitask, but I think we accomplished a lot with this preview. So we at least got ourselves exposed to this cool new shit from Star Wars. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out. See you later. Bye. Bye.